Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? We are here. We are live. We are streaming. I'm turning my phone down. And setting it there apart. Let me know once you get in if you can hear me. Let me know once you get in if you are here. Oops, this is hovering a little too close to the end stream button. Good night, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm happy that you are here with me. I am excited to share with you what we are going to be creating this evening. I see T. Harris has already said hello. Regina Turner has already said hello. Hi, JR. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight. I am glad you are here. Excited. Let me try to turn down the fan that's behind me. And then that should get rid of, Okay. And that should get rid of that fan that's behind us. All right. So I see JLR is here. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Royal Diadem. Thank you for being here. Hi, Hazel from California. Yes, I did. I actually did this today. So thank you for noticing. I'm trying to, use my crafting abilities in other areas just to see what I can do, and we know that you can find just about anything on YouTube University. So, shout out to my hair sisters out there who are just doing the thing. And I can't even remember her name, otherwise I would have shouted her out. But maybe I'll look her up and I'll tell you guys the next time. But just watch one of her videos and lickety split 1, 2, 3. She was clear, her directions were on point, and I was able to get this done. I practiced last week, about 3 weeks ago, and not so much, but the second time around I nailed it on the head. So thank you so very much for noticing. Hi, Jacqueline from Florida. Hey sis, how are you? All that plus. I missed you the last time I got your comment. I'm so glad you are here with us this evening. I have missed you. Hello from Conroe, Texas. Alvina, thank you for being here. Hi Joyce, how are you? I got your message as well, your comment. I am so glad that you are back. Hello, Beverly from Cincinnati. Hoot hoot. And Joyce from North Carolina. Joyce, let me know, how is the weather up there? I know that our northern states, eastern northern states, were under a heavy storm up there. So let us know how you are doing. Let us know how you are faring. We would love to hear from you. I am so excited about what we're going to make tonight. I know, thank you, Beverly. I appreciate that. I know that there's a much ado about everything with this farmhouse style that has just caught on YouTube. And I will be honest, I am not particularly a fan of it. I mean, I have seen some very cute things, but in terms of crafting, I like to go with the glam style, your centerpieces, those dangling crystals. That's my style. When I started to plan for today, I thought about doing something that I've never done before, but something that would have been functional, not necessarily only for a wedding per se, but something that every one of us can use in our households. And as I thought about it, and I decided, well, am I going to go glam, which is what I do all the time. But the more I started to think about it, and the more I went to my journals and looked up some designs that I had been sketching and putting together while I had been absent, I thought, you know what? Usually when I go to the hobby stores and when I go to the dollar store, things jump out at me. I had shared with you guys many moons ago that I tend to look at things in pieces, how my brain works, and put them together to get that larger picture. And lo and behold, hi Teresa, how are you? Hey Karen, I miss you too, honey. You are in the 9th grade now? Oh my goodness. You were with me. Has 4 years gone already? That's amazing. I hope that you are doing wonderful, Karen. I know you know that I know that you know that you have a lot of potential. So I am looking forward as the years go on and you continue with your academic growth, that I will be hearing lots of amazing things from you and about you, because you are an amazing student. Thank you for visiting with us, Karen. Guys, one of my 5th grade students I had, and like he just shared with me 4 years ago, that was fast. I remember him like if it was yesterday, but I can't believe that 4 years have gone by so quickly. So I was saying, so yeah, I see the pieces and then I put things together in my mind. And so I went to the dollar store, and as I started, to walk the aisles to see what they had, of course, there were a lot of, farmhouse items. And as I walked and I looked and I got to the frame aisle, I found these. And I was so very excited because no sooner had I found these, the picture all came together. And in my mind's eye, I saw Farm Glam House. So yes, I know that I have not been on YouTube for almost about 1.5 years, going on 2 years, but I'm coming to turn the apple cart upside down, and I am creating my own offshoot of farmhouse. So we're gonna have Farm Glam House. And so I was able to come up with this beautiful idea that is not only going to be beautiful, but is also going to be functional. Okay. And I know for me, because this is something that my kids and I have needed for a long time, because as soon as we come through the house, our dining table becomes that catch-all. We put the keys down, we put the purse down, we put, just everything that's in our hand down. And then later we go back and put it up. But I figured, okay, maybe perhaps I'm going to need somewhere for us to hang our keys, somewhere for us to put, our purses, or hang, our little fanny packs, whatever it is we're using, so that the dining table would not be so inundated with stuff, even mail. And then later in the evening, before, we retire for the night, we're picking up stuff and moving stuff and putting stuff where it's supposed to be. So tonight, I'm going to be creating for you a Farm Glam House key. I don't know. I haven't named it yet. Maybe we can come up with a name by the time we're finished. But I know it's going to be farm, it's going to be glam, and it's going to be functional. So let me just check here to see who's with us, and then we will get started for tonight. Thank you, Karen. I really do appreciate that comment. Thank you. Yes. Please. Thank you, T. Harris, for reminding me. Please make sure that you hit that like button. Please make sure, housekeeping, because I saw in the comments a lot of people, oh my gosh, how did I miss this? I didn't know that you were going live. I'm sorry that I missed you on Saturday. Please make sure that right now you stop what you are doing and you check to see that you are still subscribed. I don't know why it happens, but sometimes it does happen that you know, YouTube just unsubscribes you from channels. I tend to watch a lot of news channels, so your CNN, your MSNBC, and for a while I was like, why am I not getting the notifications when their videos come out? And by the time I went back to check, I had been unsubscribed from those channels. So please make sure that you are checking to see if you are still subscribed. Make sure to see if your notification button is on, selected for all notifications, so that whenever a video is posted, yes, videos are coming back, and whenever we go live or whenever I put something on the community page, you will be you will know that has happened. Okay, you will be notified. All right, thank you, Katrina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you back. Hi, One Way. I was just telling them what we're creating tonight, and I said, I don't know if you've heard me, perhaps you can tell me if you did, but I am turning YouTube upside down on his head, and I'm creating my own pocket of crafting style, and it's going to be Farm Glam House. Okay, so tonight we're going to be making something, and you guys will be able to name it when I'm done. So we're going to get started in the essence of time, so that I can honor your time. And I'm going to tell you, the ingredients just popped in my head. I'm going to tell you the supplies or that you're going to need for this craft. So one of the things that I found at the Dollar Tree that I love so much was this sign that said love, and it's mirrored or reflective, and it has a little wreath along the O. So thank you. So I purchased this. Okay, another thing that I saw that I love in that farmhouse genre was this wreath also that said home, you know, with a little dash of that eucalyptus leaf and the word home in the middle, which I thought was very cute as well. So if you're going to duplicate this design, you will need these two pieces. I will go ahead and put the link after the video is ready to be uploaded and viewed again. I will go ahead and put that link for these items, so even if you cannot find it in the store, you will be able to order it from my link. Of course, no extra cost to you, but that will be able to help us keep things going. So you're going to need these two things. You will also need 10 of these frames. Okay, they're galvanized. It's a wooden frame that's galvanized, and it has a little binder clip on it, which I love because you will either be able to put pictures or reminders for yourselves or receipts. Okay, by the time you are in need of these things, you will know exactly where to go and find them. You will need a bit of what we call in the seamstress world or the sewing world, a little bit of brocade with lace, okay, or burlap with lace. And I've already cut mine to the length that we're going to need it. So I have this already prepared. Again, of course, in the essence of time. You will need some blocks. Now, I have had these in my stash, and I remember getting these from Michael's, if I remember correctly. The brand is Woodpile Fun, and there's 72 wooden blocks that are 59 hundredths of an inch by 59 hundredths of an inch by 5, it says, centimeters. Okay, so I have these, the brand here, and I'm going to be using just 2, and I will explain why when we get to that point. Of course, you will need some silver paint to paint your 2 cubes that we're going to be using, your paintbrush so that you can paint that on. You will need some sort of bling, right, or glittered ribbon. And I found this years and years ago in Hobby Lobby when I met with One Way Designs for a craft crawl. Remember, I brought that idea to you guys, and we're gonna have to resurrect that. I'm not gonna say too much more to give the idea away until we can get one to you live and put our stamp on it. But I remember getting these in Hobby Lobby, and these were on a deep discount. As a matter of fact, One Way, I still have all of mine that we have bought, and I did not touch my stash. Today is the first day that we are using this. And then finally, we are going to need 2 mirrors. Now these mirrors I got as well from Michaels. They're 5.8 inches, okay, all the way around to make that square. And I got 2 of these. The Dollar Tree does not sell the 5-inch anymore, the 5-inch beveled, I believe, anymore. But these 2 are a little bigger by 0.8 of an inch more. So you are going to need these from Michaels if you're going to duplicate this craft, okay? And then, of course, whatever backing you are going to place this on, I have, and I can't remember what it is I ordered. I'm thinking, I've had this piece of cardboard in my garage for a long time. It came in something big that we had ordered. Either my son had ordered or my daughter, I can't remember. But it was a long piece of cardboard, corrugated cardboard that was very, very sturdy. And I said to them when they were getting rid of the box, I said, well, let me keep a few pieces. So I have a few pieces of this, another piece that I'm excited to use. And I can tell you, I didn't measure it because I just got all of my pieces and I decided to just put it together. I'm looking to see if I could find my tape measure, but I can't. But I will be able to measure this afterward and put the measure of this cardboard in the details below the video. Okay, so this is everything that you are going to need for this farm glam house design. All right, so Teresa, no, I did not, because this final idea did not pop into my head until Thursday afternoon when I went to the dollar store. So I did not, because I was still working things through Friday. How am I going to put it together? Do I need to go back to get anything? And so I did not post it so that you guys could craft with me tonight and charge that to my head and not to my heart, because I know that I said I would have last week, but moving forward, I will try my best to make sure that you guys are going to have everything you need. I'm already working on next week, Saturday's design, God willing. I can't wait. It is going to be pew. All right. So, well, I can't pronounce that, but I will say CHGFDEY. Hello. Thank you for being with us tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, in the essence of time, I wanted to show you guys that I went ahead and I outlined the side of my corrugated cardboard with my diamond ribbon. Okay, I left just this smidge here so that you could see how I affixed it to the cardboard. Now, if you are going to get exactly this type, and I can show you, I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but if you can see, I don't know if you can see it, if I bring it a little closer here, that this ribbon, very beautiful, is lined with a plastic backing. Okay, and of course we know that if we're working with corrugated cardboard, we know that there are holes and divots, okay, that separates the 2 panes of cardboard, one side from the other side. And so when I placed this ribbon on, what I went ahead and I did was place my glue. Of course, to start it, I had to make sure that, and I will put it so you can see in a minute, but I had to make sure that I had a foundation of glue on first, just to make sure that when I set it, it would stick on. Okay, so I'm joining this piece, trying not to get burned. Ouch, wasn't too successful there. Okay, and now you can see that I have affixed that portion to, okay, the box. Now to lay the rest of this, what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna wait a few seconds to make sure that it sets. We know from working with me for all this time that these little glass pieces, glass is a conductor of heat. So when you're using hot glue, it takes glass or that hot glue to set a little longer, because that glass, instead of allowing that hot glue to set quickly or to cool, so we get that adhesion, that glass conducts the heat, and that hot glue tends to stay hot just a little while longer. Okay, so I'm going to allow it to set before I continue. Okay, once I have done that, it is simply going to be a matter of going in with my hot glue gun, okay, and placing that hot glue on the back of the ribbon and putting it into place. Because I know one of you guys are gonna say, Miss Danielle, where's your silicone glove? Your finger glove, okay? And just making sure that I'm allowing that glue to set. So this is why I went in and I did this before we got together, because I wanted to honor your time and I didn't want to use up all of our time just gluing this on. It was a long, tedious process. Okay, so while that piece has set, going in with another section. And allowing it to sit in that hot glue for a minute, a few seconds. Making sure, you see I'm doing here, and making sure that it is lined up with the back. And I will show you that on the front side, there's a little hangover, which is perfect because that will give us the guide to set our frames. Okay? And then the last little piece here. And I hope this gives me enough. Perfect. Set it. And then I will cut it where I need it to stop. All right. So while we wait on this piece, tell me guys, you guys are so quiet tonight. What are we doing? How has your week been? What did you guys do this week? How many of you are in the path of that storm? How are you guys faring? How are you? Just let me know. Talk to me, talk to each other. Let us know that we are here. My day was quiet. I had schoolwork to do, you know, but then I just opted not to do it. And I just had to rest my brain and just take some time off. You know, like my grandmother used to say, there will always be housework to do, you know. And I know in my industry, in education, there is always work to do, whether you're planning, in my capacity as an instructional coach, whether you're planning, you're creating lessons, you know, there is always something to be done. And so, you know, I had all good intentions, but I went downstairs to have my breakfast this morning and I said, nah, not doing it. And I did it. I had my breakfast and hold on here, sat down to watch a news program. Hi, Cynthia Culpepper. Thank you so very much for joining us this evening. They're being entirely quiet. Guys, let me know. I'm checking my stats and I can see that I am still online. Just let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if we're still live. I was looking for, and put that back there. Okay. So now that we have this, Oh, beautiful, 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 Beverly. Yes, that's a good place to be, in that soaking zone. Okay, so here is the edge of our box. Amorphous videos today. I missed that. You know, like I said, JLR, I really wish I didn't come back early enough. You know, we will, God willing, life, health, and strength next year if we are here. Definitely we will have that Amorphous. Like I said last week, I did have some ideas for some Valentine's Day craft. Maybe I'll bring, yes, Saturday next week would be the 7th, the 6th. Maybe I'll bring one to you guys next week, just so I can say that I contributed. But next year, God willing, we will definitely plan to have Amorphous next year. And of course, I missed Craftmas this year. So we will, God willing, definitely have a Craftmas where we're crafting for the 24 days of December. Hey, Cassandra, how are you, girly girl? Thank you for being here and spending some time with us on this Saturday night. All right, so now that our ribbon has been set into place, what we are going to do is get our frames ready, okay? We will not need this piece right here, which is a flap that allows the frame to stand up. So some of them, when I was getting ready earlier today, some of them popped right off. This one did, and came off with a little portion that attached it to the frame. Some of them, the cardboard will pop off of the little backing, and then you'll have to go in with your scissors to just pull that off, okay? So what you are going to want to do definitely with this is prepare all of your frames so that we can get started laying those. The next thing we're going to do then is to get our lace ready. And what I did not do, but what I will encourage you guys to do, is to take a lighter, one of those lighters that you find at the dollar store, and just burn the edges slightly, which is going to stop it from fraying at the end, okay, at the edges. So I would burn the top portions just to make sure it doesn't fray, and I will burn the bottom portion just to make sure it doesn't fray. Okay, and then what we're going to do with this, making sure that this is the top, because we're looking for that overlap where our ribbon overlapped that cardboard, okay? And we are going to, I'm just tidying up something here, guys. A piece of cardboard that frayed from the rest of it. I know where that is. It's in my room. Okay, so what we're going to do here is eyeball the middle of our cardboard box. And we're going to take this, which is about, I want to say, if I eyeball it, about 4.5 inches, possibly 5 inches. And I'm going to place this right in the middle of our box. Hi, Angela. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I miss you too. Thank you for being here with me this Saturday night. And Lurleen, thank you so very much. Thank you. It is good to be back. Katrina, oh, wow. 2 of your children got married. My family came into the new year. Well, awesome. Awesome. I am so glad that you are doing better. Yes, Craftmas is my favorite as well, and I have some ideas. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So like I told you guys last week, even though I have not been with you guys, I've had my sketchbook going, and I've been working, and I've been planning, and I've been sourcing materials, okay? So all I'm doing here as I'm chatting with you guys is taking my hot glue and creating a crisscross pattern, okay, on the back of this burlap. Sorry, my dog just got my attention. Okay, placing that down. You don't want to meddle in it too much, because since we're putting hot glue on the back of burlap, which we know is not a solid type of material, I can see just by playing with it that little bit that glue is trying to pop through those holes, which you don't want. So just lay it down and allow that glue to do the rest. I'm gonna go in on the sides. I'm gonna do it in sections, outline my sides, then crisscross in the middle. I'm not gonna play with it too much, but just make sure it's making contact with that cardboard box. See, you just got a piece of hot glue there. Thank you, Angela. Hey, Siobhan, thank you for being here. Hi, Rosa from Guadalajara, Mexico. Thank you for being with us tonight. Welcome, welcome back. All right, and this should take us to the last of it. Okay. Put that down. And allow that to set for a while. Okay. All right. While we're allowing that last portion to set now, we are going to situate our frames. And I know that I'm working upside down for you guys, but you'll still be able to see what I'm doing. I'm gonna place 4 of these frames on my left, 4 of the frames on my right, and of course I've gone in and removed all of the stands. Again, in the essence of time, and honoring you guys' time while you're with me tonight. Okay, and then with my last 2, I'm going to place them, one on the left hand side and one on the right hand side. And what the diamond ribbon, sorry, I'm falling over my tongue. What the diamond ribbon is doing is actually acting like a guide that's going to hold all of this together. All right, that's why you see I had to kind of force this one in almost like a puzzle piece. All right, so this is what it's going to look like so far. Now, here is where your mirrors come in. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lay this down for you to see what it's gonna look like. And when I have done that, of course, I'm not gonna be able to pick it up, but when I have done that, I want you guys to start thinking about a name that we can have for this piece. All right, so here's where our love is going to go, down here at the bottom. This is why I said you're going to need 2 of these blocks to lift up this love. Okay, I'm just showing you what that's going to look like. I'm going to use hot glue to put that down. And then we're going to take our Home Sweet Home, place it here on top. Okay. And our hooks, oh, I forgot to tell you, you're gonna need a pack of these hooks. I got these in the Dollar Tree. And these hooks are going to be laid on either side of your love, okay? So a place for your keys. Once you hang it, a place for your jacket. those of you who have garage entry doors, when you come in from the garage, like I said, instead of, you know, a dining table or a chair becoming that catch-all, you can just place whatever you need to place on this, your receipts, any reminders, your coat, your keys, whatever you need to place on it. For those of you who have mud rooms, this would be perfect as well for that spot. But this is what it's gonna look like when we put it all together. Like I said, it's farmhouse, but it is more glam because you have the reflective effect of the galvanized in our frames, and you also have these mirrored pieces, okay, in your love, and these mirrors and your mirrored ribbon for your edging. Ooh, I like that, Beverly. Window of love. I like it. So let's start thinking about how we are going to name this piece. So now that we have laid down our piece, it is now time to start to put it together. And this is going to go by very, very quickly, because all we are going to do is use our hot glue to affix this. Okay, so just outlining, perhaps for surface area purposes, putting some of that hot glue in the middle and just starting to lay this where we need it to be, these pieces. Okay. So 1 down, 9 more to go. So while I'm doing this, let's talk, guys. Talk to me. You guys are awfully quiet tonight. That's typically not the case. I know I've been away for a moment, but I'm back. So let's chat. Two. Like I said, make sure, guys, that you are still subscribed to our channel. Check that for me. If you're just joining us, sometimes, I don't know why it happens, but sometimes you get unsubscribed from channels that you are subscribed to. So just go ahead and check to see if you are still subscribed to our channel. And make sure your notifications are still set so that you will be made aware whenever we go live, or whenever a video has been released, or whenever I'm going to have a premiere. You guys will know, because there was a lot of you who messaged me last week saying that you were not aware that I was back. I'm actually, yes, I'm still working in the school system, but I'm actually in a new position in which is called instructional coach. So I work with teachers and students as opposed to having my own classroom per se. So I don't have my own classroom, but I do work with some students, and I also work with teachers. And sometimes I collaborate within the county and work with some projects there. So yeah, still in education, but not teaching per se. A class of, 24, 25 students. But thank you for asking. Some things are just callings, and I do believe that teaching is my calling. Cassandra, did you check to see if you are still subscribed to the channel? And if you are, if your notification button is still checked, and if you have selected all notifications, just check to make sure those things are still in place. Hi Lily, welcome back. Listen, and 'tis because of you, when I went out, I couldn't find nothing. Especially that $5 off of $5 off of $20 gain, right? 'Tis your fault. All that plus. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Because my stockpile is running a little low, so I need to get back to my couponing. You understand? And trust me, I'm one of those people who would say, yeah, I clean house. I clean house. I have the stockpile to prove it. At first when I started, mommy used to fuss at me. Why do you need all these things? Oh my gosh, I don't understand. Yeah. And then one time she came to visit me and she was like, oh, I see. Well, can you just go and get me a roll of paper towel? Or can you just go and get me, you know, what I need? I'm like, yeah, out of my stockpile that used to fuss at me about. So yes, that's why the stores were empty. All that plus. I tend to get up and go early. Ours here opens at, I want to say 8. Some of them 8, some of them 8:30. But I haven't been getting up early to go. And so, of course, by the time I think about it, I'm like, I'm not going to go. But when I did try to escape today a little, yeah, the stores were picked over. Thank you. You see, Cassandra, yes, notifications are off. I don't know why it happens, but it just happens. So just everyone, please humbly do me the favor, just make sure to check to see that you are still subscribed, and then check to see if your notification button is still clicked. And if it is, there's a little, I want to say a drop down where you can select, I think, just videos or just something, or you can select all. Cassandra, if you can go back and check that and put that in the chat for them so they can know. But if you select all notifications, it will give you everything that happens on the channel. Hi, Miss Margot. Better late than never. Thank you so very much for being here with us. I know, right? Diane Sia. Hey, chat. Yeah. Try to get them to chat. Diane Sia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. While I'm working, we can call this a working session. We talk and work at the same time. But yeah, so yeah, I have a stash, but it's getting to the point now where I'm like, okay, I need to start couponing again, because you know, you tend to get comfortable. You know, after a while it's like, okay, really, how much more of this do I need? And I kind of slow down, but I need to get started again. Yes, ma'am. That's what it does. Yep. Make little bundles and give it away. I have some friends who come to shop. Like, hey, I'm coming in. When I say shop, not literally, you know, giving money, but it's like, what you got? What can I get? You know, so here we have what it looks like so far. I'm going to hide myself a little bit. But so far with our frames only. Isn't that beautiful? So you get the farmhouse, but you also get, you know, that glamour. Here you have with our I'm trying to find because my hand is too short. Here you have with your brocade here, your burlap, sorry. So you also get your farmhouse there, but you still get that glam. I'm so excited. Ooh, thank you, JLR. Yeah, because when is that? The 13th, right? So that's a week after. So maybe I can think about 2 quick things. So next week I can do Valentine's and a Super Bowl craft. And shh, that'll be our secret. Don't tell anyone else. So I'll see if I can come up with something for that. Thank you so very much, Cassandra, for that help. All right. So now that we have laid all of our frames down, it is time for us to get our mirrors ready. Now I'm gonna use my scissors. I do not recommend this. I left my X-Acto knife in my room, so I don't have it at my table, and I don't want to step away to go get it. So I'm just going to go in with my scissors. Like I said, I don't recommend. And you know, this is my fault because I really should have done this before. So I wasn't using you guys' prime time to get this done. So I ask for your forgiveness. But remember, like I said, everything is surface area. Surface area is where you get the most bang for your buck. Listen, I remember when I was a little girl. Listen, y'all, I miss my dad so much. That man was so smart, but in a practical, logical way. And as much as, you know, there were times when I wanted to be emotional and I wanted him to be emotional with me. You know, he was that man's man. And, you know, he used to say to me, think about it, you know. And I remember talking about surface area. I used to be so perplexed because it was like, I don't understand. You know, I use cube ice, and I'm talking a little girl. I've always been curious, always. And why, if I use cubed ice, when I was growing up, I might be aging myself a little bit, but it's okay because we're among family and friends, so it's okay. But when I was growing up, we didn't have refrigerators that made the ice. We had to put our ice in the little ice tray and put the ice tray in the freezer so that in a couple of hours, 3-4 hours, you would have cubes of ice. And I would remember, you know, pouring my juice, taking my 2-3 cubes of ice. I've always loved ice, even from a little girl. I don't like lukewarm stuff. You know, I will drink my teas and whatnot warm, but if I'm drinking juice or I'm drinking water, I need it to be ice cold. And I would put my ice cubes, you know, in my cup. Mama used to make us use cups, and I hated that too because, yeah, I was kind of extra from small. Very bougie. Don't tell anybody I said that. I would deny it. But I didn't like to use cups. I always like to use glasses because to me you would just get a quicker chill. But I couldn't understand what was the difference between using the ice cubes out of the ice tray. But then when we would go to the beach and we would have to stop to get like a bag of ice from the gas station to put in our cooler to cool our drinks, and you put a handful of that ice in a glass and poured your soda or your juice or your fruit punch over it, whatever you were, it would get so cold so fast. And I just, as a little girl, I couldn't figure it out. So one day I went to Dad and I asked him, and of course, think. Baby, think. What do you think? Dad, I don't know. This is why I'm asking you. I don't know. And so he had to break it down, and he said to me, surface area. Surface area is the trick, okay? In an ice cube, you have what? Those 4 or 5 sides? You know, the 4 sides around, and then the bottom, well, 6. But it's in a block of ice, right? But in that ice that you get from the gas station, you know, at that time they were round, and then they had that hole cutting through. So he's like, it's gonna cool twice or, oops, sorry about that, guys, twice or 3 times as fast because you have more surface area. So I say all of that and remembering the wisdom of my dad. I was like, oh, okay. Remembering the wisdom of my father, that when you're gluing things, you're putting things down, you're always looking for what is going to give me in terms of surface area the more bang for my buck. So thank you guys for allowing me to share a little bit about my daddy and sharing with you why surface area in crafting is so very, very important. All right, so thank you. Yes, space saver. We are making Miss Margot a farm glam house. We don't know yet. We're trying to name it together. So if now that you're watching me, it's gonna have hooks to hold your keys and places for you to hold receipts and what do you call your why am I at a loss for words? I'm typically never at a loss for words. Your little reminders, things like that, perhaps, that you can place at your entry door wherever you come in your house, whether it's at your garage entry or in your mud room, so you can have a place to hold all of your things. So we're trying to come up with a name for it together, and I am excited. So excited to see what you guys are gonna come up with. Beverly has already offered Window of Love. So that's one name. That's, trying not to get burned. That's in the works. Window of Love. And I'm gonna have to go in with my X-Acto knife at the end and cut off that little bit of excess. But like I said, it's not here with me, and I don't want to leave you guys to go get it. In a Super Bowl, I'm excited to watch tomorrow. Go Bengals! Yes, surface area. Definitely, definitely, definitely. The more surface area, the better. And so this is why, continuing the story, to this day, I don't like cubed ice anymore. I don't do cubed ice. I crush my ice, because the more little pieces you have, the more surface area you get, the more frosted your drink will be. So yeah, my daddy taught me that. I miss his wisdom and his teaching so much. You guys don't know. Thank you for coming off so easily. Okay. Yay. So far, so good. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a little extra piece of this burlap ribbon hanging off. And like I said, it's an easy fix, because when we're finished, I'll just get my X-Acto knife and I'll go in and I'll cut that off. So everything will be flush and ready. I'll clean that up in a bit. Alrighty. So now that we have our piece already finished, the last few things that we need to go in with is our love sign, right? That's going to be supported by our 2 silver blocks. I took 2 of these blocks and I painted them silver. And I'm going to probably place one under the E and probably place the other one under the L. So let's see here. Take my hot glue. Now for this, I would have possibly used, if I wasn't in a pinch, I already have a coworker of mine saying, hey, when you make this, I need you to make one for me. So I already have an order for this project. So probably when I make this for her, I got a piece of hot glue on my mirror, but that's okay. That's an easy cleanup. Instead of using the hot glue on this mirror, I'm going to use the epoxy, the two-part epoxy, because remember when we used to be on regularly, I told you guys that when you're working with mirror or glass, you want to use that two-part epoxy, which is going to give you a better seal, even better than your E6000 glue, okay, when working with glass. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate you. All right, so just about there. All right, so now that I have that one piece in place, this is just a matter of taking my hot glue, which, like I said, if I was making this for a client or a customer, instead of using hot glue, I would use my two-part epoxy. Okay, I am going to, let's do this. Put a dot of glue here, just to make sure that it's lined up where I need it to be. Perfect. Okay. And then I'm going to press down. I will, of course, clean up all of my glue strings after the fact. And then this other one here, which I might not need, I'm trying to get it under. Yeah, that'll give it a snug fit. But then if I do that, sorry guys, I'm thinking out loud, it might drag. Hold on. Okay. All right. I'll just clean up that piece of hot glue that dragged there on my mirror. Perfect. I'm excited. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, All That Plus. You see me over here dancing. I'm so excited about how this is turning out. Excited, excited, excited. Excited. And then, now that I've done that, I touched that hot glue before it totally dried and it left a smudge, but I will clean that up so that it is perfect and crisp and clean. All right, so I want you, it's gonna be here and here, here and here, here, a dot of glue here, at the bottom, the same thing here. And then I'm going to find my placement and then set that in the glue. Guys, this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So excited about how this is turning out. And I'm not going to remove this. Of course, when I place this on the wall, I'm not going to be hanging it because we have the weight of the 2 mirrors. We also have the weight of the 10 frames, right? So I wouldn't hang this. I would probably actually go in either with double-sided command tape, which will be sturdy enough to hold it, or I could even put some wire behind it and you know, place that picture hanging hook in the wall, which I'm not gonna do. I don't like to mess with the walls of my home. So I'm probably gonna use double-sided tape, and I will definitely take a picture to show you guys what I decided, how I decided to put it on the wall. And then the last thing that we're going to do, I'm gonna let that sit for a little while longer, just because it hasn't quite set yet. And the last thing we're going to do is place our hook. And now that I'm watching, I should have moved this over a little bit, but that's okay. Place our hooks where we want them to be. And then gluing them down. Thank you, Beverly. I agree. I'm not too keen on it myself. I mean, like I said, I've seen some beautiful ideas and, you know, creative things. And even when you go to the stores, you see, you know, that decorative piece out there for that farmhouse. But I'm a glam girl. You guys have been with me long enough to know this. And so if it doesn't have glitter and it doesn't have shine and, you know, it doesn't say, here, hey, I'm here. It's just not my style. So, and my second hook. Oh my gosh. I am ecstatic over how this came out. Voila! We are finished. Just let me move some of this out of the way. It'll clean up a little later. So that it doesn't hide the beauty of what we did. I didn't need my glasses tonight. All right. So here is our project. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Isn't this GlamFarm gorgeous? Yes. Now I'm going to change it and I need to write that down. First I had said Farm Glam House, but I think this is going to be, well, no, because if I say GlamFarm, so I'm not going to use the word house. I'm just going to say GlamFarm. Yeah, GlamFarm style. We're entirely removing the word house. And we, my darlings, have just created our own niche. Isn't this beautiful? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to put this on my wall. And I wish I didn't pull out any pictures, but I like the functionality of these clips. Like I said, you can put a picture here, you know, of your loved ones, of your family, you know, you and your husband, or you and your guy, your kids. If you have like receipts that, you know, you come home and you want to just hang because, hey, I bought something that was on clearance. Yes, you guys know me and clearance. And I didn't try it on in the store, but I want to make sure that I'm going to like this. Let me just take my receipt out of the bag, place my receipt here so that if I have to carry this back, I know exactly where this receipt is. As I come in the front entry here, I'm going to put my keys here, or my jacket, or my scarf. Maybe a jacket might be too heavy on this, depending on how you're going to affix it to your wall. But, and then I know, because I have 2 hooks, I need 1 more, and I know where I'm going to put that 3rd one. I'm going to put that 3rd one right here, because my daughter and I, we have entirely too many things on our keychain. My son, he's a man, logical, reminds me of my father. Also, he has his 1 key, house key, car key, boom. So I think this hook will be his, because his things wouldn't hang down, you know, to interrupt the love. But my daughter and I, our keys can go here since they're longer scarves if we wear scarves that day. But oh my goodness, look at what? Thank you, A Royal Diadem. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Cassandra. Farm Glam. There you go. We have just created our own niche here on Danny's Darlings. There you go. I am loving this myself. Of course, I have to go in with a cleanup. If this were a video, you know, I would have cleaned it up before I did that outro. But I will get this all cleaned up for you guys and take a picture of it. I'll hang it on my wall so that you guys can see the functionality of this piece. But I am 100% in love Yeah, dog leashes and dog coats. See, we're just keeping this all in the family. Exactly. Don't say dog leashes too loud because, yeah, my daughter will think that this is for her and her dog. And then that is how the fight is going to begin. So, JLR, we just keep that between the two of us. Shh. I know she's listening. It's on point. Exactly. Hi, Annette. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Yes, I love this. And look, of course, this is not an entirely Dollar Tree craft, right? We tend to want to stick to those because of the, how can I say, the cost. When we try to craft things and create things, I keep messing in this and just making it worse, but I'll clean it up. We want to make sure that, when we're crafting, we're not expending too much finance. But, we can't, if you want to make things a little differently, then you have to branch out just a little bit. I didn't branch out too far. This and this came from the Dollar Tree, my 10 frames. So that's, well, it would have been $12, but now it's $1.25 times 2. Somebody do that math for me. The 2 mirrors I got from either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. If you wanted to, you could probably get, and I don't think so. I was going to say probably get 3 4-inch mirrors to go across here, but I don't think this is a foot quite yet. But it wouldn't matter even if you use your 2 4-inch square mirrors, because you would have this burlap lining the back of your cardboard, so you wouldn't see any cardboard back there. So if you wanted to, you could use 2 of the smaller Dollar Tree mirrors, which would make it, like I said, 10 and 2, 12, 14, and then your hooks come in a pack of 2, so $15. All right, if you didn't want to, of course, use that mirrored or glass ribbon, you could use the Dollar Tree bling wrap, and that would be what, maybe you would need, maybe, I'm thinking, to get it all the way around, perhaps 2 rolls of those. So we're looking at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times 125. Somebody do that math for me and tell me. 17 by 125. And that would be the cost of this if you wanted to go all Dollar Tree. And I didn't need to do that. Hold on. Did I say 17? 17 times 125, $21.25 plus tax. That's not bad, guys. That's not bad. But of course, I'm extra. And so I'm going to either go, just a little bit more with it, of course, or I'm going to use things that are in my stash. That diamond mirror was in my stash. Like I said, I got from a craft crawl with my friend, One Way Design. So I had that. So I didn't have to expend, too much more to get that. And then a cardboard box, a nice sturdy piece of cardboard box. Plywood, yes, plywood would work as a backboard. The only thing I would say for that is just be sure that if you're using plywood, which will make it a bit sturdier, it's also going to make it a bit heavier. So if you're going to think to use plywood, Margot, what you're going to want to do is think first about how you're going to hang this on your wall. I'm holding it now. It's not that heavy, but I can feel the weight of the 10 frames, and I can feel the weight. You see, I'm holding it, and you see it's kind of leaning down that way. It's on the heel, the palm of my hand, the heel of my hand, and it's leaning downward. That is the weight of those 2 mirrors and the hooks. The hooks have some weight to them too. So if you're going to use plywood, just think about how you're going to hang this on your wall. And if you're a person who's comfortable, knocking, putting, nails into your wall, or putting those hooks into your wall, then that would be perfect. Good question. Thank you. I used a piece of corrugated cardboard from a packaging that I think either my son or my daughter had ordered something years ago, and the cardboard was so sturdy I held back, I think, 2 huge pieces of it. And I've just had this in my garage. So again, I didn't have to buy the back of this, just using what I had in stock. All right. So my darlings, before we go, we do know that we're going to have to end this session unless there are any more questions. I'll wait a few seconds to see if you guys have any more questions. But we know, looking at this, now I priced this for you. If you're going to go Dollar Tree all the way, what did I say? $21.25. But I'm going to ask you this question. If you had to go into, what's that store? Help me. Home Goods. To purchase this, how much do you think you would pay for it? Not $21.25. Okay. If you had to go to At Home and this was in there for purchase, how much are you going to think you're going to pay for this? Not $21.25. Do you think it thin? Yes. Thin plywood would work. Yes. Okay, yeah. Oh, I thought you had asked another question. Yes. So, yes. So you would not, thank you, JLR. You know exactly where I was going. You would not be able to, let me not saying that I'm not counting your pennies, but you wouldn't be able to, I was going to say afford this. You wouldn't want to spend the type of money they would ask for this in one of those home stores. But guess what? What did we just do? We DIY'd it, and we DIY'd it very well. So say it with me now, like JLR said. Why? Not even double, Miss Margot, maybe even triple. I could see this going for $75. I promise you. I could see this going for $75. So say with me, why buy when you can DIY? So guys, in our time together, what, an hour and 17 minutes? I know I typically try to get you guys out of here in an hour. So for those of you who are still with me, I thank you for your grace. But in an hour and 17 minutes, and probably because I was crafting and talking, but if I wasn't talking, yeah, that was correct. I would have knocked this out in perhaps an hour, just waiting for that epoxy to set, or, that E6000 if I were making this for someone or not under the time of our stream. So, thank you. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. So in the chat, before we close out, just give me a big thumbs up if this is something. Why buy, Cassandra, if you can DIY? Why buy when you can DIY? In the chat, guys, just give me a thumbs up. How many of you like this? Give me a thumbs up. If you're going to make this, give me a thumbs up. If you're excited, give me a thumbs up. Also, if you have a name for this, let me know what that name is. And if you like our new niche, GlamFarm, give me a thumbs up. So let me see all those thumbs up raining in that chat for all of those questions that I just asked you. And don't ask me again what I said. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you think you're going to make it, give me a thumbs up. If you like our new niche, which is GlamFarm, give me a thumbs up. Oh, and we need a name for this craft. Awesome. Thank you. Here comes a thumbs up. So, my darlings, have a great night. I thank you for spending this time with me this evening. I appreciate seeing each and every one of you. Please, guys, be careful out there. And God willing, thank you. I will see you guys next Saturday with 2 crafts. That's going to be my goal because JLR asked for something Super Bowl, and I've been promising to give you something for Valentine's. So we're going to have to do 2 quick crafts that night, but I'm looking forward, God willing, to spend that time with you. So thank you so very much for being here. Remember, as usual and as always, I love you guys. Love you, love you, love you. Why buy when you can DIY? Have a good night, my darlings, and I will see you next time. Yay! Yay, yay, yay! Good night, Katrina. Good night, everyone. T. Harris, good night. Good night, good night. Oops. I don't know where my mouse is, and I don't want it to be anywhere near anything that says stop stream. Good night, good night. I'm just going to hang out for a few more seconds just to make sure that everyone gets their final good nights in. And I will see you guys, God willing, next week. Love you guys too. Thank you. Good night.